All right. Here we are back with another meeting. Woohoo. Gonna share my screen. There we go. All right. So today's meeting, we first did a check-in. I'm sure you already saw it in the group chat, but we just used Jamboard to throw up some emojis and share how we're feeling today. Personally, I chose these pretty calm ones because at the time I was feeling calm. Right now I'm a little stressed, but I was feeling calm and I'm also excited for fall. So that's why I chose those. I see Justin, it looks like you're feeling kind of tired today, but active at the same time, maybe a little crazy. Okay, okay. Emily, I see yours. Looks like you were tired but happy. And Jesse and Anna, if you guys could either throw yours on there or email them to me, that would be great. I would love to know how your day is going. So after our check-in, the first thing we talked about was just really making sure we have positive customer service. So this means, we're being kind to one another at the desk, but then we're also being kind and friendly to the public. We need to be really welcoming because we're the face of campus. And, if we're in a bad mood, if we have a negative tone, other people are going to feel it. So stay approachable, be kind, be a good coworker, make sure we're helping each other out because we are still pretty new. Most of us are pretty new. So yeah, basically just be kind. If people feel like they're interrupting you when they approach the desk, they probably won't want to ask you for what they need. And it's really important that they feel comfortable asking for what they need because this is our job. And if there is a time when, you're feeling upset or something happened, feel free to talk to me about anything at any time. And B, it's okay to say, hey, I think I just need a second. Is it okay if I go into the back room? That is okay. Just make sure that the person working with you knows. Just communicate with them. Anyway, so the next thing is make sure that events are on Bulldog Connect now. Aaron told me that he didn't care until after Labor Day. So now that it's after Labor Day, make sure that when we approve posters, we first check that the event is on Bulldog Connect. How you would do it is you would go onto Bulldog Connect on the Kirby laptop. You would click on events at the top, and then there should be like a calendar button and you just click on the date and it'll all be there, all the information, all the events for that date. If the event is not registered on Bulldog Connect yet, then you'll go into this forms. Well, you won't. The student org, the person from the club will. They'll have to go into the forms and they'll have to just register a new event. It's super easy. If you have questions, let me know. So there's some specific tech equipment that does not go back to the ballroom tech closet. This is Raptors and Griggs Center audio equipment. Here's an example. So this is one of the microphones in Griggs Center. Microphones used in the Raptors and microphones used in the Griggs Center stay in those rooms respectively. They do not need to be put in the ballroom tech closet because these rooms have separate sound systems that are incompatible with each other. Basically, if there are audio equipment like microphones and clip-on mics, in the Greek Center, there's only one clip-on mic. That is the only one that stays in there. In the rafters, I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure there's only one microphone and the lectern, which is the one that's on the podium. Those are the only ones that should be in there. If the ones in the Greek Center and the rafters get left in the ballroom, it gets really confusing because then people will set up for tech and they're like, oh, I'm using the microphone that's here, but for some reason it's not working. And it's because it's not the right one. So just make sure that for these two rooms, you leave the equipment there. And this just goes right underneath the podium it's on. So like on like the shelf underneath it. For tech setups and tech takedowns, please, make sure to set up for tech events early. Be prepared, especially in case something goes wrong. Don't pass off the tech to the next person. We have all had tech training now. We intentionally took extra time to go over it. So there's no excuses. You have to set up for tech. And if you have questions, ask the group chat, ask the person you're working with. Look at the resources. There are tech videos. There's a tech guide behind the desk. At this point, like I said, there just aren't really any excuses. Don't pass it off to the next person. Just set it up ahead of time. So speaking of that, when do you think this event should be set up? I can see that it starts at 11 a.m., but there's no setup time. A lot of times on the reservation sheet, there will not be a setup time. And then it's in the garage. All they are asking for is the garage door to be pulled up, a connection to phone to speakers, and a sound system. So A, 12 p.m., B, 10:30 a.m., C, 11 a.m., D, 10 a.m., or E, whenever I feel like it. So most people answered at the meeting B and D, and I would have to agree. It really depends on your comfort level. 30 minutes should be more than enough time to set up an event like this. It's just in the garage, it's pretty simple, but it depends on your comfort level. Typically, what I like to do is as soon as I get to my shift, I look at the reservation sheet, I look at the times of everything, and I choose a time, usually fairly early, where I just set up everything I need to at once. Then I don't have to worry about going back and forth. I don't have to worry, oh, did I set this up in time for the event? It's just all done early at once. Just make sure that we're setting them up in advance and keeping track of these because there's no setup time. So the other thing is we just reviewed the line of communication because starting in very soon, actually, a couple weeks, I'll start going to classrooms. When I'm in the classroom, my phone is in my backpack. I am not on my phone. I can't be on my phone. And then in November, I will be full-time in my practicum just for November. So it's good to review the line of communication. If there's a desk question, a tech question, or a shift coverage related question, ask the group chat first. That is the primary like hub. Ask the group chat first, always. So if I have a question about how to do a certain tech setup, ask the group chat. How do I do a certain desk function? Ask the group chat. Where do I find something? Ask the group me. And then if it's a more personal issue that doesn't really need to be solved right away, feel free to send me an email. So this would be like a change in semester schedule, something of that nature. And if there's a pretty personal issue that needs to be resolved immediately, please feel free to send me a text or give me a call. I prefer a text just in case I'm in class. But yeah, so this includes like COVID, feeling sick, missing a shift due to an emergency, important concerns, things of that nature. So fall break is coming up. For some reason, when I saw this meme of Humpty Dumpty, it made me laugh way too hard. But so we may be staffing for fall break. Lisa hasn't officially decided. It would be from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. that Thursday and Friday, but only one person would be needed for the different shifts. It's not, we don't have to, but if you are interested, let me know. And I'll let you know if Lisa ends up wanting to staff during that break. All right, October scheduling. So October is coming up, believe it or not. I know it feels early, but it is coming up. So start thinking about it. Remember to have at least 2 weekends available free to work. Obviously, you won't be scheduled all 3 days of that weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. However, I need you to leave 3 days open because when comparing them to everyone else's schedules, if you have limited availability, it gets really, really hard to schedule you. So the deadline for updating your availability on when to work for the month of October will be Friday, the 16th. I think that's next Friday, around noon. So that is definitely preferred. And I'll send another reminder probably next week. but just start thinking about it. Look at your month, look at your plans. And like I said, since we're not really staffing fall break, that weekend you have is already off unless you want to work. Yeah. And just a reminder of how to repeat your preferences and when to work. Oh, this thing's in the way. Okay. So I'm gonna log into when to work. And I'm going to go to my preferences at the very top. If I were to set preferences, let's say for Monday, I want to work at this time. This is when I prefer to work. Then I need to make sure if I'm doing it for the month of October or the whole semester even. I like to do the whole semester just because my schedule is usually fairly consistent. So then I would make sure to click 9 weeks and click save. That is very important. This is so that I don't schedule you for the wrong time if something comes up, like coordinating our meetings, scheduling in general, all of that. It's really important that you update and repeat your preferences in when to work. All right. Next, we just talked about closing procedures a little bit, and we gave, I guess, an assessment of how we're feeling. So fist to 5, fist is like 0. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And 5 is like, oh, I got this. Like, I can almost do this with my eyes closed. So let me know how you're feeling about closing procedures. I would love to know. We came to the conclusion that instead of, I'm no longer going to require you to close with the clipboard. It is now optional and highly encouraged. If you still don't feel like you're a 4 or a 5, then please keep carrying it around so that we don't get backlash about closing stuff from facilities or any pro staff, anything like this. But overall, really, really good job following that. I got a text message every single night. You guys did a wonderful job adhering to the closing procedure. So thank you. All right, next one, staff bonding. I'm sure you saw this slide in the group chat already, but would you be interested? Everyone voted yes, but if you're not interested, that's okay too. It would just be one Saturday each semester. So one this fall semester and then one this spring semester. And the reason why I think it would be really fun to do this is just to get to know each other better. We don't work with everyone. Like everyone has different shifts. The only time we're all sort of together is at our 30-minute meetings. And even then, not everyone can make it. So I just feel like this would be a good opportunity to, just have fun. And it can make work more fun too when you know the people that you're working with. So the date that we chose is Saturday, October 15th. How it would work, and the reason we chose this date is there's no events that night. So what we would do is just close up Kirby a little early, around 6 or 7, and then we could either go have a bonfire, we could go roller skating if you guys would be okay with carpooling. We could do something like bowling, we could go out to eat. Those are just some ideas. If you have more ideas, let me know. Just keep in mind that this would not be Kirby funded or really affiliated in any way. It's just an opportunity for us all to hang out. Right now, I think roller skating is a pretty popular idea, but please let me know if you have other ideas. And then we went over appreciations. There were tons of appreciations today in the appreciation box. So first, I'm not going to read the ones of the people who were at the meeting. I'll read the ones of you guys who were not there. So Emily, thank you for your flexibility this week. Despite your hectic schedule, I appreciate you pulling through for tech training. That one was from me. And then we have, thank you for taking the ballroom. Oh, thank you for taking the balloon arch down, Anna. So this one was to Anna. And then we've got shout out to Justin for being a quick learner and Jana for being the best. Justin, I don't remember who this one was from, but Justin, Emily, and Anna, make sure you visit Lisa's office in 101 to get a little prize out of my green bag. And yeah, that is all I have. Please email me if you have any questions. Email me how your week is going so that I know you watched this video. Just tell me how your week has been. If you have any weekend plans. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night.